Sugulisiguegu, Ganat Dahawi, Niyungits. I'm here with the elders and language speakers today. And the topic we want to talk about is birth stories. Where were you born? On reserve, off reserve? Who was all there? Anything interesting that you have to say about how you were brought into this world?
Want me to start? He said, just tell us your chiwakana klato. Nagwi kilo tiklo ni wasaya ya ni oslage kan wakana klato nda no kan toni ko hoene wakana klato agnul hayo klolichi katsake konun was kwahele when kinetika later road katsak nun was kwahele tiaka no ni honat no sani ha no January ki vida no ya ko kwasa ka dio nyo kwatas at ste wanis laksum cha yo ilo cha dos ne ka to ko to cha dak ti kan no cha un to ke chi no wi tha no kan na kla de en ki wa ilia ka o wa lo li la ke nya wa se no ksa ono ka chi chan ne winen midwife wi ka chi chan ta in that yet il was se no ksa na ya ka he na ke ko ine ya has le to ko te la ke ni ha o hati tane ta no ke le vilo tisle taksun yo ta lewa ko ke ko akilo he went across the ditch ye honden hotakwa ye honden huntakwa te akan laos ye honden hanyo takwa na lokchi hatu kota ni hodet so hati ye sako no ke atakwa kachi chanta tukia kan yo to diet ko la dia te weri na dio nyo ko ta se te kan ho te lo se to diet ko la ti ne isa tukia le vino ko dia tani ya tuani ko ko lo le te yon ti ta ko te kachi chanta ya un tau ya te ilo ila kon ha ko kne na he ka thai ya so kna to desa halle tha ko kanus ko ne ki ni gilo to ni ni ati o close ni ati waka nakla de gilo ko sa nyok tio stelis ti vi awet viji ni ni ati waka nakla do ilo nesa sala ko sa do ke ati ka ye tio ni ko wakala
Ni se kuino.
Nityohtune ho.
Hadi kuino. Yakki niin natte wi soji ta tiutanu ja ni tuit sakanakla de noksi. Ja honi te keale aion kala tusse. Natte umte niojela sakanakla de toknikunji ja negwinin jot kutiga de gasan tos hietgade wi natok wagna kunya duene chi kuna wene na awane kai gas te chi yena kon hadi gale we ga wa
saketo
tanu ne chi ni wa ni slo tangiwa nen ne ki gantinga chi gayan to diksta ha ga yunge ko ko ha ne ki ga ne itga de elok junge isle ga na dia ga kwandu de we kanusko ine yetenya ta ayun kununa nen to yega de wakan leta jot de gasan tos lese negi nin negi oknia kwa geale wa unkala de seji nega zan na ta kadatli watanji angatkan lahte knun gelha negan Kochonte ja kunte wai ja
Saatis oslia.
ta ja masala ja huntu kai natte asimant
Ni wahniidak.
Ni wahniidak. Ja ni wahniidak jokna hunkoanade knun gelha nangui isi ja alle ja hun ketse tundine kuji katse koshotogun katse wi
Hoise naho.
hoise
Tämä skoknika nisha seko.
Ja to Wene isi ja hun kuadi jos wan kalake kiele wene wat kaline ka na kuiwa on kualisteki ja ka I kanoha niki ni se tusas oja tusakni nu ni se na kuadu sadekuni na kui kwa wene kiele wene ja kewe na te we kloli he ja no adu te uswa kliwan te we ja kan gela noksi oksa oni wene wa ka te kuni ji ne gwina onan so jis wene ostu hai so ka te kuni he ji wa ki to ji na kwan ha yo sto levo we wa kwan ha kale we wa ga ta ni lang kaski wa na gui Neki tiga neki okuni ni ge elegy elokui jungesle jigayan sa ha la diksta ha
Tano tikane tone nasa de koni idiot nasa das on yon dasa wa yesano de neki netikan ona nada de kanana dahli to mashed potatoes ja netikan chokna de baby food neki kono kin anulhayo de koni jinata yesano de kono tunda de sadasong sa de koni tano nen hikeyo ko neki netoni wa gelayan de wakni no baby food we trace ya college and Jolet janai nakla de tehnia sa de no ko na kui kwatnyo. What cut modern.
Neum tiga ya yo snow lace hanya what do te ni ji ni ji sa we do jage.
We neki no den trace ya gele. So joksa yo snow le wa ya daksene ne do halo la de chance so te ya ke do halo. Na te se no do he ka yeksa. Wakilo mashed potatoes. Kuinka sä sitä tykenut gravy? Hajo netska. Ja, ne kähki niin on, että no kaunto baby food hakni. Sekin on.
When we know cái clinic ga le swa ka la ya ga ne ka tia cha ga na ka te ka yin kloli he ka sin gyo kwa ji na ho na ko la ke ni ha ka cha ga na la de ne ji ha ne ga tia na sa ha kwat ka to ka ya thong tu ya ha da ya te nok si wa ka tu ji to ta ga ta wei ta la de cha nen ta knat so ga te wa knat sa ya ke ga kan yo kha ga tu li ka le da ga son nen to ne na ho na ko ka ji le kwa ho li o ke ga ne yo ke ko tu to da ho de na wa stats te na o di ga kan yo ta ga ya da ya ne ji ha ho yo ke la de jon tat ha yo dong ke wi to da ha dong ko wa ho ni se ki te ya ga lo na ko na ho ka lo no sta ya no sa ya wa na ki Wat ka la te jin ho li wax. Wai gui da no wat no de has ke ka jin ya ko li ho ta ji.
Ye ko li wax.
Ja. Tu gui na wa ho na ka wi ya ko tu na te de jo li wa ga no ji. So ki na no wa ka ne ki to ki ya ka no sina ke ki ya ka wi da ya na te la de ja. Ha e ni ha ga da de ka na cha ke ka da no de ji ka we. Men kant kinak sinagi sungai lu ni kan to ga dasa to ka ni wa kan tia chia ka no ni ho no a ko ne na cha kong lek ne gi ne wa hu ni se ne te ga ni ko ha le wi tia la ge nya lo ni ko la ge chi wa to ga dasa to ne ka le ne gu ya to no ho chi to ha kna cha ge wi la de cha ta no tu yo tu ni ha de ha ko no li ho ga yo chi
wa ka na sa tu dai sa le
de sa da sa wi sa don he de ka ya tia ji e sa gung le ke nya ne quy ne la wi ya no tu de ka thu la ke nya thani yot ne quy la na cha ka to ho na ko ki wa ne go kni thian thani chi ho ki wa long ka thani chi ko li ga yin gyo pa ji thani yot sa ka na klat ne go kon ti ge thani ka ga le stick
Ne tiga oli ne ka birthmark la di na den kwa tigan dat.
Weni kiwa.
Weni kiwa. Nei kun tua chuli wat ke tuin nei nok so ja ke kui kwa chok ne chi ka yelo ni win na. Na kwat. Na ki zen.
Nei jo den hi. Ja tole jo ni taganaglat. Dante. Lannut kestui hospital. Nu hanis laksi alvi. Tai wahtonti. Vesu gane. Laksi ei va ugen hospital. Hospital tigeli va ganaglat. Jokni niinku. Jokloli.
Nei.
Nekaskin niin hakajetet kun ne ilotet kun se nekyo niitä niitä ilotet kun se täällä. Ilo kun niin se nokta sanakla dokna te sahan let. Vakilla nekyo tällä sasi vakat lihotieni.
Sakales.
No kaales. Kelli se jokin viiti jo jäti. Agil wi onde ko no kokni wa ka on yukadas watra yukadas ko hede chin moni wa kana klar dan on agil gwin gwi de klo ni wasa ya yak ni oslake ko dan on ko kuna toni wa ni sloda se wi chin wa ni wa ni sloda sa kana klade yo tole kale ko hasa ko so ko de ni kwadas ile ni dan os ne thona wa ilo kasne Eli wanis laketti kana kwado kana ktake yetakle san hajale no to sayon tickets ko to kuina hetika kokna te toia se agilui nda jataken hakiwa nokcho ilo nen hi ko ile kini ko nok ya ni hajet ko toile se ne ko hat steliste ui ha kuni kale ui alragwilla ke kahata no ne na ilo tikele ne ya sa daus lia ku tak hinwa tak kanakla de ne ki ne tiko ilo ne ya ni hauk ne toile se ne aku ko hat steliste wa hakya taken hak wasun de ke sana ya ku tenji kwasu dadi yo teka ji lwa win agilo ka ni kawila tabayu Esoskin ni jokkalo jekalla dohetti kannakon haji niin jotsi wakanaklaat. Kassa jokti jos steelis, nekin jos steelissi. Vai joten hota kohteen, joten nuan jota kohteen lousli. Menikäli uimaroti. Okei.
Kallis, så skulle vi suga niin eto. Sus näin jo dokten asin siitä.
Peso kuin jätti nen hakilo na hiiosa jonka ville ja danel chitneen jotsi jolloin naklaadun ko ne dukum hospital. Nekö ne Terry nekö ne venen kwasta ko vohnis laksatikan February da sahan naklade. Ja twinna nekö ne jätti vinina työn joka se saa kähtää di hospital vaagnehte. Nokti koknait he jakne sokna ohan naklade ja kinna te on to laun. Kale jo so naklate half an hour det he kesokna naklat.
Noksi uatje saue este kanne ton.
Jakiden jo se tänne tuonne viitikö se jälleen katika pandemic hale vi ne dysentery on tiikelle no ne ja ne jo nettika ne tuonne ja tätä honat kan jo Oneida fair nechi sochi toni ja twiiti agil weekend la taline se ja tunaklate jo ja niitä jo tuntika swi maternity ward ja jonka kalla isolation ni jonka kalla nechi agil weekend tun pohjoinen ja kahtaan den kun ne half an hour dan not chon kiedin jo te wa ilo wa gallo gunners no kwadu fourth floor os kona win gas mask kas kwinessa konau tässä konau heti kan ei toinen nutsika haui oilo no kwadon fourth floor ihan se on skona vi gas mask kan jona ai jolle no wanna glade kitun jo pataglo ja kanen kalone jolle sala we
Okna.
ne jo naklat
Jut noh kuantsta.
wa ilo agnol ha ne tone ilo ne ki wa ilo ji dan ko ana tas nika October kui on nakla wini kui chi cucumbers kale tomatoes kas equas what farm ye wa kyo de ko 1 week je le nakla de so to ye wa kyo we lo ne kwina la so chati on to lao chi so chi so we akilo we what got exercise ya kina te wa do le on nakla Alo chi te ket chi ne no chi lo nakla hi kyo ka chi ni no chi wa kanakla Tukinua ni o te anua na takilo ti kunto kas te kinua nen chikaya yaska sanakla te ya kinanta te wakatto ka sok ne wa jingo weste ya na te wakatto ka tatka yon wakti tatka ya te te chiniot lonat ya ne kwinen yaska ma akilo lungkut sahanakla de mahanakla de isi nun 10 pounds ni hoya tax ne kinaunan watka ni kali kina ne da no yo tali no ne to te lande ti kan hoto la sit kanus ko ye here se wahanakla de asa te wina hote tu kole karakter sa ilat Ate so yo kinoachi akilo kyo piyo na la shoka ya wetwi la diksa salon la kasa chi na na wa ya tonyo le tu sa kuntilo ya ko chi ni chi ti ko
O jakki wa.
ko ja
Ne kenen liadri te jelottu. Johannis lagane. Ja kun luku jägensi oli saanaklat. Noks haspilski wa.
I have one question. Like the term midwife, right? That's a fairly new term. So back then, or like a long time ago, that wasn't a term, right?
Yeah.
It would have been called. What would have it been called back then?
ne kan ne tone kun ne dio ti sana ya ne kan ne tone ko
Konoksia sinä tunkana te toisa ja take.
da nos ne wa ilo svivo unta tie ne on hakun haava ilo ka chi chata wa esaye it's like
They catch them.
they catch them.
Oh,
I suppose, when you're born, somebody has to be there to catch the baby. Te
Tienas.
ni ko tia. When ku kilo kis kun pia ko tienas kan ko wila. Ya kine te sana ya te kan chinua ni yot midwife kina ko watina tonko. Tane el huala ona te ko nyo. Tutun tau ya te kan. Akilo wi nena ho.
Kalau no kawa nu ayo hiet
Ja,
college certification to do that now. Back then, if your auntie can do it, she done it.
Not back then. There was just certain women that had the knowledge to do that way back then, and it wasn't like they weren't called midwives. Like I said, they would just sit, they're going to catch the baby.
Na se kuin on tik ne si tuske se ate ka wana yon da kwet ni na gwina no wa January 23rd 2026 wa ka wana yon da ne ki wa.
Yeah, we just made a name for midwives. That'll go down in history. Ikwinichi na te sa tloli nok 7 generations. Unta hum sadat.
I have a quick question too. Back in the day when you were growing up, did they go to a hospital to have the baby or did they have them at home usually?
Well, when I was growing up, I don't think there's very many women that went to hospital. I guess there was, but with me, not when I was born anyway.
But you went to hospital and you went to hospital.
And she went to
And
hospital.
you went to hospital.
I think it depended on whether your family had a car, transportation, then they got them there. But if they didn't have any way of transportation, it wasn't like calling a cab or calling medical service to come and get you.
Ambulance.
So
Ambulance.
it had to be, and if you call for an ambulance, they'd get here the next day, you know, because they're more concerned what's happening in urban areas than way out here in the sticks. So if your family had transportation, then they got you to the hospital in time. Otherwise, you were born in the bushes.
Kalau dah tu je suka ni aku tahu dia.
And a lot of snow. It used to be a lot of snow back then, so there was a few cars that were around. Like when I was born, that was 86 years ago, you know, that I was born. So that's a lot different today. They have snow plows now, and back then they didn't. Yeah, we did. Why a snow plow?
Yeah.
Got no road grader.
No road.
Yes, so dia why road grade.
Ta tua kan ha skui ta honda ni a ta ui ti.
Jacket ganats la kujago nakaladun.
Kalau adik win, was dah tengah dak tu je suka ni. Tahu dia.
Would you say in a sense that we're kind of going back to the older ways because now people are choosing to be at home and have their children at home as opposed to going to the hospital, right? What do you think?
I don't know. I guess it depends on the individuals, how they feel about it, because I know there's a lot of them that choose that now because that's why they have the midwives now, but they have to go to school now for that. But back then they didn't have no certificates, they didn't have no schooling, you know, they just knew how to do it. It's just like when we have people that are knowledgeable in medicines, and there's only certain people that are given that talent. So I guess it must be the same way for the midwives back then, or baby catchers back then, that certain women had that talent and given that talent to be able to deliver babies.
Because a long time ago, that's how we determined what people were good at as well. It was just whatever you're good at, that's what you do now. So if there was someone who was good at it or had done it, and it was now that person's the the person to call.
Yeah, and then once you know that lady or that lady was identified as a baby catcher, that's who everybody got. When it was time, they went and got her.
That was a way of life. There's a choice, right? So that's a big difference right there, that you make that choice now. Back then, it was what you needed to do.
It was just what it was.
Kalega sweet long days you didn't quite slay on dog was it tikon or go din on day go sweet go so you look
Don't
there's
it.
a certain medicine that they had that they gave the mother to be, that she wouldn't suffer as much. There was like our Indian medicine, and the I guess the baby catcher at that time knew what this medicine was, and that she had that, and that's what she would give the mother to be as soon as she got there, to make the birth easier.
Jewish squad.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but they just get long day or make it go quicker or something like that. It was some kind of a tea that they made, and they gave the mother to be so that it made the birth easier.
Taat mua ja teo mun hauleas olen ajakaan. Mekin niin, että on sikaan taake vaake.
Well, I think that's it.
Y'all go.
Joo.